What do you consider, I guess, right now, the biggest challenge facing any grocer that's not named Walmart, Target, or Amazon right now?
Where do you put your money? So you're looking at all these different things. Curbside pickup is an investment. Delivery is an investment. Something we haven't talked about is RFID tags. And that's literally little tiny microchips that let you know where all your inventory is so you can automate ordering and the process. And well, which of those are going to win? And we don't know the answer. So if you're a smaller chain and you bet it all on delivery or make a big bet on one of these areas, that could turn out to be something customers don't actually want. And we might see that it's 10, 15% of the market for delivery and curbside pickup, and that most people are still comfortable going inside and they want to pick most of their stuff and they might pick and choose when they get deliveries. I use delivery all the time, but I still go to the grocery store 2 or 3 times a week. So it's a very fine line if you don't have the sort of endless sums that the big players do.
Exactly. It's really about figuring out, what is it that you're going into the grocery store for? What is actually appealing to consumers? And then also figuring out what is it that I don't mind just having sent directly to my house. I mean, a lot of questions there. I guess to close us out here, Dan, if there was one thing that surprised you the most from this conference, what would that be?
So I'm going to talk about a company that I've been very negative on, not so much because of their product, but because of their valuation, Beyond Meat. So Beyond Meat is a meat substitute. They have their famous product as a burger. It looks like a burger. It sort of bleeds like a burger. I can attest because they were cooking them on the show floor. It smells like a burger. But I felt there was sort of a limited market for this in that they're going to put these kind of things on fast food menus. It's going to be a fad for a while. And then, kind of like a lot of places with gluten free, it's going to fade away. But one of the keynotes was the chairman of the company. And he got up and he talked about, and it was his opening example, how in the 1960s, when you went to the milk cabinet in the milk section of a grocery store, mostly what they had was whole milk. And certainly the only thing they had was cow milk. And now, if you go to the average Whole Foods, not only do you have 2%, 1% skim, heavy cream, all different types of milk, you're almost at about 50-50 between cow milk and other forms of milk. So plant-based milks and nut-based milks and all sorts of other things. And that's their goal. It isn't so much just to get penetration of people accepting their substitute. It's for their product to be alongside meat and to stop thinking about where the meat comes from. Is this a cow-based meat? Is this a plant-based substitute? And saying, no, it's all meat. It doesn't really matter what the point of origin was. And that's sort of a fundamental change to how these products have been displayed. And I actually think that's a really smart idea, because if I'm searching for burgers and their burger is right there alongside, it's comparably priced, there's a chance I might buy that. To be fair, there's no chance I will buy that, but there's a chance many people will buy that. And he's really looking at changing how we think about food. And that's a bigger market than sort of just launching a substitute product.
Yeah, that's a very good point you make, Dan. And I think anytime I'm looking at an investable opportunity, I'm looking for visionary CEOs who really are thought leaders and are thinking, 10 years ahead, 20 years ahead about, how are we changing? How are consumer preferences and habits changing, and where their company fits in? And I think that's a fair point. I'm like you. I'm not really sold on the Beyond Meat idea, but it sounds like there's a vision that is much grander in scale and hopefully a market opportunity that can support that meat evaluation.
And if I get a chance, I'm going to try it on the show floor today.